Oh, howdy do. My phone. Okay. Silence that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is your host, Dylan Hall here. And I have COVID right now, so if I sound a little sick, you know why. Unfortunately, I posted this on the community. I came down with COVID-19 yesterday afternoon. I started feeling weird. I had my dad give me a COVID test. I took the COVID test myself, but he set it up for me. I still don't know how to work those things, honestly. The at-home COVID test. Don't know how to work them. But hopefully that's something I can learn in the future when I'm in college. If COVID's still going around, that is. But anyways, got a case of COVID, the new strand or whatever the shit. I don't know. It's annoying. I can't stand it, but we do the best we can to manage it, and that's how we do it in this world. You try. You give it effort. And I love that. I love that so much. Because really the best thing you could do in this world is try. Yeah. But besides that, I'm a little sick, so yeah, let's get into the topics. We got 5 topics as usual today, per usual. The first topic is controversial. Controversial, however you say that. I have a speech impediment, I think. I don't really know if it's a speech impediment, but hell, it sure does seem like one. Let's get right into it. So, was it last week in America, former President Donald Trump got shot in the ear. I forget which side it was. I believe it was the right side of the ear. It might have been the left side. I think it was the right, though. I'm not really sure. Because, truth be told, I don't really give a shit about politics. So Trump got shot last week in the ear. I'm sure everybody, even people in the UK, have heard of it. People anywhere, across seas or whatever. But that was a big thing last week. He was, I believe, he was giving a rally speech in, Philadelphia or something. I don't know. He was somewhere in that region. I believe it was up north. And dude tried to assassinate him, shot him in the ear. Well, they shot and killed that dude. Apparently he was a registered Republican, which is kind of weird because you would think Republicans would be for Trump, but apparently this guy wasn't. This guy had a hatred towards Trump. I can't say anything because I don't like Trump or Biden. And quite frankly, I think politics is just a bunch of bullshit nowadays, and that everybody's freaking out and cussing Adams and just trying to get people riled up, and that's just not cool. You know, back when we had good presidents, the world wasn't so chaotic, and I truly do believe that this world was maintained in a good way. Not saying Obama was the best president, but hell, he sure did put. I mean, he. No, let me just say this: Obama, to some people, wasn't the best president. I think he was a great president. I think that he was a very smart man. I think he knew what he was doing. I think he was a great public speaker. A lot of people, there were some people that didn't really enjoy his company, enjoy him being in presidency. But I gotta say, Obama was one of my favorite presidents because he, to me, seemed smarter than whatever this is in politics in 2024. I mean, personally, I don't know much about the guy, Obama, but I think he knew what he was doing. I really do. Unlike some of these ignorant, per se, presidents we have now. But that's all controversial. That's your opinion. I've got mine. And we're not going to argue much going further. But Trump got shot and Biden dropped out of the 2024 election. he's done. It's Joe Over. I've been seeing on my phone the meme Joe Over recently, which is kind of funny because that's been a meme for a while now, and it's finally coming to life. That meme. But yeah, it's Joe Over. I mean, he's done. He's dropped out. He is not running anymore for the 2024 presidential election. Technically, I guess they get nominated in November of this year, but the president is January of 2025. That's how it works here in America, but whatever. Who cares? So that's politic news in America. I mean, guys, it's not even America. We're going through a lot right now. I think the world needs a damn break. I think we all just need to calm our tits and squeeze our testicles just a little bit tighter, because this is getting ridiculous. Come on, guys. What are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Why are we in such a tight grip in the world right now? Why is everybody just fighting and fussing? Some people say that this is the end times. Every generation says that throughout every year. So I don't believe it's the end of times yet. But I do believe that we are in a crisis right now, and the world's just getting kind of dangerous with killings, talks of nuclear weapons, transports, and all that. I'm not a smart guy. I don't know half of this stuff I'm talking about, but I do know, and I've seen from what I've seen in the news, that it's just despicable, and I can't stand what's happening in the world right now. But the best thing I can do in my little small town, Jackson, Tennessee, is live it up. Basically just bear with the times, let it pass, because it will. Yeah, so just let it happen. We'll see what happens. If we all die in a nuclear explosion, we'll be living in fallout before you know it. Well, maybe not. Hopefully not. I'm just yapping right now. But off that topic, in other news, I replaced the ring, so now I have a evil eye for my chain. I'll go ahead and leave that out, because I kind of like that. Evil eye. Keeps the bad spirits away. Right, so rolling into our next topic, we're going to get more into channel news, more into what I like to call doper news. We're going to go straight into SOS. Alright, so I guess, John, right, you wanted me to talk about SOS last
pretty much just
video
talk
on the
about
channel.
SOS and how everything comes together.
So, SOS. What can we expect? Dylan, you're the man with a plan. You're the only one that knows, besides Andrew, what meets end here. What meets ends. I gotta say, I really can't say much about this episode. I really can't say much in general at all, because this episode's, it's a big one. Like I said on the community, it's a big one. And, how do I even start? It's the finale of the channel. Obviously, there's going to be death. Obviously, there's going to be character meets end. There's going to be wrap-up of story arcs for every character, not even the ones that die, but the ones that live. Everybody's going to get an end. Happy or sad, it's going to happen either way. And that's just what SOS is going to be. It's bittersweet. The ending is bittersweet, and I can't really say much beyond that. The ending is not sunshines and rainbows. The ending is actually very, very sad, and I hope it doesn't traumatize some, but I will say it's kind of graphic, and for that I should put it on TVMA rating, but it's going to be rated TV-14 because there won't be a lot of cussing or, any harsh cussing at least. And there'll be some blood, but it won't be like rated R kind of blood. It'll just be PG-13 kind of blood. Kind of like in the episode where Bayani died. I'm going blank. A Tragedy of Life. So that's kind of how it's going to be like. There will be a little bit more blood because for some death scenes, there will be 2 major character deaths. There was going to be 3, but I had a change of heart for one of the characters, and so he's going to live, and he's not going to get a great ending, but he's going to get a satisfactory kind of ending for his character. So that'll be kind of fun. Be kind of different for once. But yeah, SOS. The title of the video, SOS. The full title is going to be SOS, Save Our Souls. And the meaning behind that is it's a very Dylan-centered episode. It's very focused on the character of Dylan Hall and his final days. Not alive. I'm just saying his final days on being at the channel. There's going to be a lot of schizophrenic scenes. There's going to be voices of old past characters return. A lot of recognizable characters right off the bat. Some characters from stereotypical skits will be in the episode. Their voices will, at least. We'll get to hear them. Dylan's going to be kind of losing it in this episode, but he's going to come full circle near the end, and you'll understand why that is. But it's a very Dylan-focused episode, and I really do want to wrap all of Dylan's story up in one episode. I mean, because it's been kind of wrapping up throughout the years, but this is going to be the come to conclusion of Dylan Hall, and it's going to be really, really awesome to see this character finally getting his story wrapped up. There's been past characters like Eric Flea, his brother Carmel, Car Marto, Pettigrew Viper, Oscar Mori, Flamingo. There's been a lot of characters in the past that haven't gotten all their stories wrapped up, mostly with death. Normally that's how I do it. That's how I wrap the stories up. But for some characters, they just get a satisfactory ending. They don't die. They just will be. They will face their demons. They'll face their sins, and they'll recognize who they are and what they've done. And that's just the end of their story, truth be told. But for Dylan Hall, he's got a weird ending. I mean, I can't really say much about it. I don't want to spoil anything. So all I'm going to say about Dylan, my character, is that he won't get a great ending at all. But his legacy will go on. And I think that this will really change the perspective on the Great Ozzy story. And by the time everything ends, I mean, really, it's like, it's over, you know, like the credits roll and that's it. But I have like over 2,000 videos that you can go back and look upon, and you could go back on Storyline and see all the story from like 2020. You can go see Charlie McClellan's spinoff, The Comedy of Life. You can go see how his backstory affected him and how he acts today. How the serial killer he was after ended up being his own brother. I mean, there's a lot of twists on the channel, and that's what we love. Me and Andrew love to make twists. When we work together and we make the screen ride happen, his idea is always a good twist, and that is what I freaking love. I freaking love it. The twist was actually a last minute thing for Charlie to be related to Jeffrey Lee Wilkes. The twist was that he had the idea of, hey, what if we did the serial killer as Charlie McClellan's long-lost brother, and Daryl, Charlie, and Lee were all related. And I was like, dude, that is perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. And we did it. We made it happen, and it ended up being a perfect finale end to that miniseries spinoff. I still tell Andrew every day that I see him and we talk about the channel, I'm like, dude, that's got to be one of the most successful series on this channel. And I can't thank you enough for supporting me through those hard times of filming. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, we spent a long time working on that. It took at least 6 to 8 months to film The Comedy of Life, at least. Because the fighting scenes took several retakes. We had to do like 8 to 10 retakes on the fighting, just the fighting scenes alone. And the acting was really just a one-shot kind of thing, but because we really don't have to retake any scenes for Andrew's acting because he's a wonderful, wonderful actor. He's done a lot of plays at school. He's done a lot of plays off campus at school. I've actually gone to go see one of them. I think it was called The Princess and the Pea. It's something like that. It's where the mattress, the pea, the princess has to find a pea to find the true love or whatever, or to see if it's something like that. I can't remember fully, but he's a wonderful actor. I mean, he did it. He did such a good job during that play. I got to give him all the credit for it. He's a great man. He's so nice. Andrew's wonderful to work with. If he ever needs an actor or cameraman, call up Andrew, man. He's great. He's wonderful, and I appreciate him so much. I really want him to know that. Yeah, SOS. It's gonna be tough to watch, but you're gonna love it. Everyone's gonna love it. Everyone's gonna be sad. So get your tissues, get your popcorn, because it's gonna be exciting. There's gonna be action. There's gonna be bloodshed. There's gonna be drama. I mean, it is gonna be so damn good, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. On to our next topic. The next one's college. And this kind of ties along with SOS a little bit. For this reason being, I might have to film SOS, at least the ends to Dylan story, in college, because technically he goes to college, and that's the end of his story, but there's also a lot of twist to that. It's not just he has a happy ending, he goes to college, oh, goodbye, family. Nope. It's gonna be something. But in other words, am I ready for college? Generally speaking, no. But I'm excited for it. I finally got into the dorms. I was gonna live off campus in these townhouse apartments, but a change of plans. MTSU emailed my mom and me and saying that there were some dorms open, so I'm gonna live in the dorms my freshman year of college. I'm gonna have a roommate. The rooms are tiny, but community bathrooms and showers. But that's part of the experience, that I'm the first in my family in the generation to have that experience, because apparently, for what I didn't know, is that my dad, my uncle, my grandfather, none of them had the college dorm experience. They all lived off campus in a house or apartment somewhere. I didn't know that, so I'm going to be the first in my family to, first in the generation to live in a dorm. So that's going to be pretty cool. Get a lot of dorm experience. Am I ready for the classes? No, absolutely not. I have really bad ADHD in real life, and I struggle to focus in class. Always have been. That's why I always had my Nana to help me study for tests and such exams in high school. And I'm not going to have her to help me, so I'm going to have to do some kind of tutoring, some kind of medication, maybe. If it doesn't work out for me, that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. And hopefully I could still do therapy somewhere in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. But I'm really looking forward to college. It's a new chapter to everybody's life when they go to college. And everybody gets excited. Everybody gets scared. Everybody gets nervous. So it's just part of it, really. It really is. Yeah. College. Something else. New chapter in my life. Ready for it. Also not ready for it. Oh, God. Anyways, going into our fourth topic for you guys. I put media... Actually, John, right? You put media watches, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, like movies that you've been watching lately.
Oh, okay. All right. Appreciate it, man. So media watches. From what John said, what does that mean? Basically, what I've been watching lately. The things that really fascinates me in media, in TV shows and movies and all that. I'll start off by saying this. This is going to be a random topic, but I love talking about it. Love talking about media. Love movies. Love TV shows. And I sure as hell love music myself. But I recently on YouTube pulled up earlier this morning. I pulled up Silence of the Lambs, 1991 movie, I believe. It was a thriller / horror movie, I believe. It had Hannibal Lecter in it. It had Buffalo Bill, which let me start off by saying Buffalo Bill is it's got to be one of the best villains out there. I mean, this guy is scary. All right, he is terrifying. Every time I've seen him, I haven't really watched the full movie, but I've seen a lot of the good scenes from it. From what I hear, it's a great movie, great horror movie. He is a terrifying villain. This guy kidnaps women, puts them in a hole, and basically feeds them random shit that he finds, makes them fat, so they feel bloated, and he's just a nasty guy. Like, he's just despicable. He is the scum of the universe. He's the scum of the world. And you want this guy to die throughout the whole movie. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie, he does end up dying. He meets his end. I think Clarice, the female detective going into the training school. Oh, sorry, my iPad went off. Going into the training school for being a policewoman, whatever it was. Anyways, she hunts him down in the end and ends up killing him in the dark. She faces her fears because I think earlier in the movie she was like, as a kid, I hated the dark. Can't stand it. It's one of my biggest fears. And she was a strong woman. So her doing this, killing Buffalo Bill in the dark while he's sitting there like almost like playing with her hair. Like, he knows exactly where she is because he's got night vision on and she doesn't. She can't see shit. So yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie. Wonderful movie. I gotta watch it start to finish one day. Another thing I've been watching that I finished as of recently is actually Sons of Anarchy. I watched the show. I've seen a lot of like edits and a lot of like, tribute videos of Sons of Anarchy. I know I sound cringy as hell saying that, but it's true. I've seen a lot of it on TikTok and whatnot, and YouTube as well. I gave it a watch. Started season 1. I was like, damn, this is good. Started season 2. I was like, damn, this is getting better. Started season 3. This is amazing. I think I'm going to watch the whole series. And I did. I did exactly that. All 7 seasons. Wonderful. Jax Taylor is a phenomenal character. I am so inspired by him. He's just such a good character. His story arc does come to an end. He ends up killing himself in the end. Spoiler alert, sorry. He gets hit by a semi, like his father, John Taylor. Gemma Taylor was such a bitch, such a hateable character. And there was a lot of other good scenes in that show. Obviously, the elephant in the room. Opie's death was terrible, awful to watch. Nobody liked Opie's death, but he sacrificed himself for the club. Love that show. Phenomenal show. I haven't seen the new Twisters that just came out here in America. I haven't seen it. I say here in America because I have some viewers. Some of you guys are from the UK and other countries. But here in America, there's a movie called Twisters coming out. And it's a remake of, I believe it's a remake of the 1990 film Twisters. I absolutely loved that movie. That was a wonderful movie. That scene in the movie theaters in the dark when they were at the motel still scares the hell out of me to this day. But yeah, great stuff. And now I gotta watch season 4 of The Boys. So wish me luck. I've seen how it ends already, so I already got that spoiled for me. But I can't wait to watch it. It's time. The Book of Unusual Knowledge. Everybody loves this topic. Everybody loves this topic. Everybody loves this book. All the comments that I see, you guys freaking love this book. And honestly, I love it too. I never read it until I'm doing a filler talk. So that's quite exquisite, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let me find this topic for you guys. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got one. I'm probably going to have 2 because this one's not really a full topic, but I found it and I was like, that's goofy. Let me read this. Alright, so this topic is 23 silly city names here in America. Let's just get right into it. There's a city called Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. By the way, I don't know any of these, so this is all new to me as well. What Cheer, Iowa. What? Ding Dong, Texas. Talking about a penis. I'm kidding. Elbow Scratchinwan. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky. Flin Flon, Manitoba. Goofy Ridge, Illinois. Hale, Michigan. I feel like I've heard of that one somewhere. Intercourse, Pennsylvania. What the hell are we talking about? Joe Bat's Arm, Newfoundland. Cut and Shoot, Texas. That makes sense. Jackass Flats, Nevada. Owl's Head, Maine. Okay. Peculiar, Missouri. Placentia, Newfoundland. Another Newfoundland, I see. St. Louis du Ha Ha, Quebec. What the shit? Suck Egg Hollow, Tennessee. Hey, there's a Tennessee. Swastika, Ontario. That's not good. Tightwad, Missouri. Toad Suck, Arkansas. That does make a whole lot of sense. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Wouldn't want to live there. Wouldn't want to face the truth or my consequences, especially not in New Mexico. Wahoo, Nebraska. And Paint Lit, Kentucky. Those are definitely some silly city names. That's got to be something. That's kind of weird, if you ask me. Okay, I got one more topic for you guys. This one's about an alien abduction, UFO sightings, kind of shit. But I found this and I was like, well, I could read this. This could be a topic. Plus, we only got one more episode left, so I figured this would be good. All right, let's get right into it. Title of this is called The Hill Abduction, aka Zeta Reticuli Incident. Sorry if I pronounce things wrong. I do it all the time. I'm not the best reader, especially reading out loud. I suck ass at it. Anyways, by the 1960s, a number of people had reportedly seen UFOs, but hadn't actually encountered aliens personally. But on September 19th, 1961, Barney and Betty Hill found themselves being chased by a spacecraft along Route 3 in New Hampshire. The object eventually descended upon their vehicle, at which time Barney witnessed several humanoid creatures through the craft's window. The couple tried to escape, but their car began shaking violently, and they were forced off the road, suffering lapses in memory from that moment on. The Hills later recalled being taken aboard the ship. Examined, and questioned by the figures with large eyes. Classic. The incident was known only to the locals and the UFO community until the 1966 publication of The Interrupted Journey by John Fuller. Now, I recognize John Fuller as a writer. Alright, this one's called Fire in the Sky. After completing a job along Arizona's Mogollon Rim on November 5th, 1979, Travis Walton and 6 fellow loggers spotted a long spacecraft hovering near the dark forest road leading home. Walter approached the craft on foot and was knocked to the ground by a beam of light. Then he and the aircraft disappeared. 5 days later, Walton mysteriously reappeared just outside of town. He said during his time aboard the spacecraft, he had struggled to escape from the short, large-headed creature that performed experiments on his body. Neither Walton nor any of his co-workers had strayed from the details of their story since it occurred. So, from what I understand, from what I get from these UFO sightings, these UFO stories, is that they're very scary. And whether you want to believe if UFOs are real or not, it's just to know that you could be driving with your wife, girlfriend, friend, family one day, and all of a sudden you just get hit by this beam of light, and you just get nailed. And next thing you know, you wake up and you're naked on a spacecraft with these big-eyed aliens doing examinations on you, probably probing you. Who knows what they're doing to you, asking you questions, and you have no idea what the hell's going on. Then they let you go into the world again, wherever, from space or wherever they where they dropped you in the world again, and you can't tell anybody about anything that happened, or they'll know exactly what happened to you. They'll know that you've told people, and that they'll come to, I don't know, kill you, beat you up. I really don't know. Or just beam you off the face of the planet, never to be seen again. Who knows why people in the real world cannot tell you about alien sightings and UFO sightings? It is one of the most mysterious things to me, and I still will never get it to this day. Hopefully I'll never get abducted myself, if aliens are real, which, truth be told, I 100% believe aliens are real. I'm an alien believer, always have been, always will be. But anyways, that wraps episode 32 of Feller Talk. We've only got one more episode left, and I'm going to try to film it during this time that I have COVID, but I might have to film it afterwards. Who knows what's going to happen next? I may even have a surprise guest on the next episode for the final Feller Talk episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time you're watching this. This should premiere, so this will be live. But I hope you guys have a safe time. I hope you guys rest well. And don't get COVID. So, there you go. I'll catch you fellers later.